Top of the morning.
Welcome to another great coffee and conversation. My name is Michael Williams. I'm one of the Capital Recovery coaches at Capital Recovery Center. I gotta get some coffee.
Top of the morning. My name is Craig. I'm one of the recovery coaches here at Capital Recovery Center. And we're looking forward to having an exciting morning this morning. All right?
My name is Karen, and I'm also a Capital Recovery Coach.
All right. Well, we want to welcome everybody to Coffee and Conversation. If you want to share anything, just let us know. You can talk or share our particular topics we're going to be dealing with today. Will be recovery and wellness lifestyle. Recovery and wellness lifestyle. If you want to share or anything, just unmute your microphone and say something. If you want to say your name or anything like that, unmute your microphone on your phone or your computer, and just you can participate in the conversation, or you can just listen to the conversation. Either way, we thank everybody for joining us today.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so, we'd like to begin by, first of all, you want to start off with the introduction, everyone?
Yeah, come on, you want to go ahead, Ms. Karen.
All right, it says, every aspect of your life, the place you live, the people you live with, your friends and acquaintances, the things you do or don't do, the things you own, your work, even things like pets, music, and color, affect how you feel. If you are concerned about your mental health or the quality of your life, you can do many things and make changes in your life that will help you feel better. This booklet will help you think about those areas of your life that may need to be changed and possible changes you could make.
And so what that entails, we're going to be talking about a whole list of things or ideas that you may have, or some of the things that we may have that we can incorporate in our lifestyle or change in our lifestyle from a holistic perspective. Yeah. Mike told me this morning, he said, you know what, Craig? That's one of your favorite words. And he was right. I said, yeah, holistic is very important. So just don't focus on one phase or stage of change in your life. Think about multiple ways of changing.
Okay, so the reason why it's important to deal about the overall individual of change, me personally, for the 22 years that I struggled with drugs and struggled with criminal lifestyle, it has been 12 years that I have been removed from that lifestyle. However, I don't want individuals to think that I changed in one day. It was not one day that everything changed. It was a process of me changing different things in my life that led to the lifestyle that I now live. So this particular thing that we're going over, we're talking about creating change thinking actions. Creating change thinking actions, and then we're going to discuss taking charge, regaining control of our lives. So we're going to do different things, and we're going to elaborate on it, and then we're going to pinpoint or go off of each other's thoughts and ideas related to not just our own life, but things that we have experienced with our family members or people outside of our family overall. The key message that we want you to understand is change is a process. It's not a one-time event. It takes time. Change is not a one-time event. It's a journey. It takes time to change in these areas, and I never want anybody to think that they're just going to change just like that.
Yeah, so like Mike was saying, I just want to piggyback. Change is hard and difficult for some people. And like me and Mike was talking earlier about being motivated. Some people are motivated and some people are not motivated.
Yeah.
Mike, you want to share that, what you was telling me earlier?
I was explaining to him that one of my mentors in 2009, he was mentoring two individuals. It was me and one of my friends, actually. And he says, he gave me the demonstration. He says, it's easy to work with people who already have a flame lit than it is to work with somebody who don't even have any flame lit. What he mean was, I had a whole bunch of fire. He said, you have a whole bunch of enthusiasm, you have a whole bunch of fire. But the guy you hang with is straight dead. He don't want to do anything. He don't want to change anything. He says, I can work with him, but I'd rather work with a person who have a little bit of flame that just needs to be balanced. So sometimes people don't have the change flame in them at all, and it needs to be sparked. But some people have some type of flame where they know their life need to be changed, and they just need to balance the flame out. If you think about a stove, if a stove flame is too high, you just turn it down. Or if it's too low, you turn it up. But as long as you got the fire, it's easy to adjust. Now, however, if there's no fire, you got to lift the stove up like the pilot. You got
back in the day stove.
Yeah, it's just more work to do. So in saying all that, if you have a little bit of spark that you really believe that you need to change, and you know you need to change, and you have some fire, then you're really in a great place. Can I work with individuals who don't have the fire? Absolutely. It's just going to be a little harder.
Great analogy. I think that sums it up of what change is all about. And so, if we would like, we can go ahead. Is there anyone who'd like to?
If y'all got anything y'all want to share, y'all can always, this group, this session, the Coffee and Conversation, we are always there for the individuals we would like to help. Not only just for ourselves, but more we talk about and more we share our experiences with people, we actually are giving back to not only the community or the individuals, but it also keep us grounded and remember where we came from.
Absolutely.
So let's go to. Oh yes, sure. Come on. Who that?
Who that?
That's been me, James.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, good morning, brother.
Hey, what's up? My change started mentally before physically first.
Okay, good.
So I mentally changed while I was incarcerated first. It was in my mind first, and it wasn't just with the drug addiction, by getting high, smoking weed. It was with selling the drugs. So I got a double whammer. It's like selling drugs and getting high.
Yeah.
So my change started mentally first. I tasted first in jail.
Yeah.
So I just had to face the temptation of it coming home.
Yeah.
So when I come home and in front of it, I still got the same desire to stay away from it.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I knew I really changed.
Good.
So being around it was killing me slowly. Even trying to sell it, it's still killing me slowly. Smoking is still killing me slowly. So that means I really just changed. I want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So now I just switch my mental. As my mental switched over, I'm now leaving my body go with it.
Yeah.
My physical magic now.
Absolutely. And you bring.
I'm still a work in progress, but I'm still sticking to the strip every day.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. That's a true statement. You know, a lot of people just think addiction only surround drinking or using substance abuse. Like you said, James, there's many aspects of addiction.
Selling it.
That's adrenaline. Some people, you know, they like the fact of getting money, fast money, or driving fast cars. And so you're absolutely right.
Now also, he said a lot of key points that people can pick up on and realize. One of them that I want to talk about was he made the change mentally inside incarceration.
Absolutely.
The things that I do now in my life, literally, I started thinking about doing it when I was in jail or in the program. I just didn't know how to manifest what I was thinking until I went through the process of changing. But I always had it in my head, I got to do something different.
Absolutely.
I knew it, but I just didn't know how to carry it out. I was like, I know what to do. I know I got to do it different. So that's good that he said that, because that's how change has to come. Yeah. Once the individual's changing their mind first, the rest is basically history. They just got to start putting it into action.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
And attending this group is something, it's a change, like him being here and sharing like that. Like I said to him, this is the part of the process of change, and letting everybody know and sharing your experience with other individuals and letting them know that they have the ability to be able to change as well. So we need you to keep doing that, man. Just stay on the process of doing that and sharing exactly the experience that you need to have. Because most people in addiction or in incarceration, criminal lifestyle, they keep waiting until they get to a certain place to change, when really the change got to start. I call it an inside job. It's an inside job. You have to change inside first, and then everything else will change. Let's read. You want to read?
Yes.
Go ahead. Karen.
It is not always easy to take the action necessary to create change. However, without taking some action, you cannot make changes in your life that may be necessary to help you feel better. Every time you take a positive step in creating change in your life, give yourself a pat on the back or reward yourself by doing something nice for yourself, like taking a warm bath, going for a walk, or spending some time with a friend.
Hold on, I gotta jump in.
All right, come on.
Every time you take a positive step in creating change in your life, give yourself a pat on the back. When you contact or try to join this session and just to hear the information, no matter you receive it or not, you take what's yours and throw away the rest. When you do something in your life, a positive change, give yourself a pat on the back. Go get yourself a smoothie or something, man. I'm going to McDonald's. What's this for? Man, I signed up for this call today, man. I'm on my way. I went for this job interview today. I'm on my way. Give yourself a pat on the back. That's why I always talk about minor adjustments. But you have to celebrate those little things. When I first tried to stay away from using drugs and everything, the first thing I did was stay away from my friends. I can be around them now to a certain extent, not too much. But I can. I might, in 5 minutes, I'm going to have 5 people with me, though. But listen, I had to reward myself for being away from them and being okay that I can't hang with y'all right now. Y'all going one way and I'm going in this direction. But when you make positive steps in creating change in your life, give yourself a pat on the back, brother. Give yourself a pat on the back because that is a major accomplishment.
That's right. And so what we do here at Capital Recovery is we empower people.
Yeah.
And so what we're doing today, we're empowering you with some information to let you know that, listen, work on your strength and whatever weaknesses that you may have, work on those as well, but, reward yourself for being resilient, for overcoming. Like brother said, he came home from jail, but before he came home from jail, he made strides and effort to change his lifestyle and his way of thinking.
He had it in his mind, like I know I'm gonna do it. I just got carried out.
That's right.
It says, you also may want to keep a written record of the change you are creating in your life in a notebook or a journal.
Mm-hmm.
Change takes time and may be difficult.
Hold on, I gotta get in there. Come on, Miss Karen. You read something and I just hit. Change takes time and going to be difficult. When you're trying to build a foundation, I'm talking about on the other side of the life you used to live, it's going to, remember I said it's not a one-time event, it's a journey. So change is going to take time and it's going to be difficult. Why is it going to be difficult? Good question. I'm glad you asked. The reason it's going to be difficult is because you're changing into something that's unfamiliar to you. When you're going into a different lifestyle, it's unfamiliar to you. Don't abandon ship, but understand this. It's going to be difficult. So when you're trying to prepare, you're trying to get your own house. The first time I got my own car, like legally brought my own car, it was a miracle to me. I'm like, man, I never really had a legal car, like nothing wrong, nothing illegal, the stickers right. So it was a miracle. It was like, man, I came home one day with the car. My wife said, man, where you get this car from? And it was difficult because it was a new lifestyle. But understand when you're building your foundation, change will be difficult. It's going to take time and it will be difficult. Some things won't pan out automatic. Stick with it. Just stick with it. And eventually it will work in your favor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You may have to overcome many obstacles. Take small steps. Don't give up. Be persistent. Keep working toward whatever it is that will help you to feel better and enjoy your life more. Making change is being able to see beyond yourself to what the solution might be.
Be persistent. There's a phrase that says persistence overcomes resistance. And so if you're persistent in anything that you're striving to do, then you can overcome those obstacles that this article made mention of. So anyone else would like to share some of this before we go on? If not, we can go on, Karen.
Creating change is something you need to do for yourself. No one else can do it for you. Others can help you and support you as you create change, but it is up to you to do what needs to be done. You will be the one that benefits from successful change.
Good God Almighty.
Yeah.
It says creating change is something you need to do by yourself. No one can do it for you. Others can help you and support you as you create the change. But it is up to you. That is some of the most true. That's a universal truth for anybody, no matter what your spiritual beliefs are, no matter what race you are, no matter where you came from, no matter what you had or didn't have. The change is ultimately up to you. Once you change your mental state of mind about thinking about what you used to do versus what you need to do, it still will be up to you. Nobody can do it for you. They can support you. We are recovery coaches and Capital Recovery Center. We support people all over from different walks of life. We support them, but we know without a shadow of a doubt, if they're going to change, it's ultimately going to be their decision.
Up to them. That's right.
Yes.
And so we are peer support coaches. And so what that includes, me myself, I have been through the ringer. What I mean by being through the ringer, I've been using substance abuse. I'm in recovery. I've been through the Department of Corrections system and all that stuff, but I transformed my life. But let me share this. When I was younger, people would say, you high, and I say, I ain't high. I got it under control. See, but I wasn't ready to give up.
Yeah.
But until I made my mind, just like brother's name, James, like he said, when he was incarcerated, I reflect back, because what he's saying is the same thing that I reflect before I went to the TC program. And that's the therapeutic community down in Southern State. I said to myself, I'm tired of going, I don't want to go back out there the same way that I came in. So I made up my mind just like James, just like you mentioned, Mike. And so it's all up to the individual. We can pump it in the head, but when you're ready, you're ready.
You'll know. Absolutely.
Can we touch bases on that?
Come on, let's go. Let's let it rip.
When I was going, the change part, like I felt it just how I caught it. I caught it when when I was in the county talking to people, and I've seen them talking. Like it's touching base like you said about the fire, the flame. If my flame is up and theirs is down.
Yeah.
But I see myself talking so to the outside, the others, they looking at me like I'm weird. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm like, but I'm saying like, let me stop. So I caught on. So let me stop talking to them about what I'm planning to do and how I'm changing around because they're not on the same thing I'm on.
Yeah.
So I knew I wasn't worried. I knew they was being worried by spirit, don't want to do the same thing. So once I beat that, I removed myself.
Yeah.
So then it got me to get more in tune with myself. So when I got more in tune with myself, I started seeing like, man, my taste buds changed. I knew what I want now. And I kept going the cheap way out, the slick way out. But that way kept setting me back. So I said, I knew I got potential, but why did I keep failing? Why did I keep going back? Because I was doing the wrong thing. So once I changed all that thought process and it went to the better, even though it's slow and it's a big struggle, but I feel so good about it.
Yeah.
Because I know they could stop me now. I was in my own way for 41 years. That's how I look at it. So it's always start with the beginning, but sure it doesn't matter when somebody say, you need to do this, you need to do that. And they push me, help me, and all. It doesn't matter if I'm not on it. If I'm not in it, I'm still going to find a slick way out of it. So I just stopped all the slick way out of it. I'm just going to go through the rough of it. I'm going to go through the hell of it. That's what I got to go through because everything that's come easy end up hard at the end. So I want to go through the hard so it can end up easy at the end. So I just switched it.
Yeah.
He said something very important again. He said, notice when he's talking about change, they looking at him like he crazy.
Yeah,
like, what you mean you don't want to do it no more?
Yeah.
This is what we do. You like, nah, I don't want to do it. It's like, no, hold on. But notice at the same time, two things. I'm very detailed in situations where my mentor taught me how to pay attention to certain things. They said, one of the things he says, when I was talking to them, the only people who talk to individuals and they're listening, they're leaders. Automatic. There's no possible way somebody, because they be like, man, I'm going to play basketball, watch this over here. The fact that they're listening shows the leadership skills of the individual. And now, knowing that, whatever you feed them, when you ever have the opportunity to feed people, when you're going through the process of the change, whatever you give them, that's what they're going to eat. So if you keep telling them, even though they think, man, this is foreign, what's going to make them start paying attention, whoever following the individuals who change their lives, is when they put some action to the words that they're telling them. When I started telling my wife that I was a changed individual, it was one thing. But when she started seeing that I didn't do what I said I wasn't going to do no more, it was another level. It was a whole nother level. Because I started saying it and then I started doing it. She was like, oh, this is real. He's changing. So that's good. So that he said that they was looking at him that like it was he was tripping. But that's one of the things that says creating change or making change is going to be difficult. Remember it said change is going to be difficult. And that's one of the things that be real difficult. They're going to think you crazy. Like, man, what you mean you changed?
That's one of the obstacles that he had to get over.
You had to get over that, yeah.
Like you
Yeah,
say,
that's the main. That was the biggest fight. That's why it's like back when we were in elementary school. People missing things.
there you
Yeah,
go.
we learned that back then. So
Yeah.
it's nothing. It's like when you better yourself, you gotta remove yourself. If you see them going, if they not even thinking like that or even going that way, you gotta care about yourself. You gotta remove yourself.
Yeah.
You got to, because if I'm in a, like, you know, they say negative and positive, you can't mix it. Once you mix negative and positive, always negative, always override the positive. I don't know how, but it does that. So I don't want to mix it. I'm trying to do something right over here, and I'm mixing it with negative. Eventually, I'm gonna fail again.
Yeah.
So
I got
remove it. It doesn't matter if they friends, family, or nothing. I gotta remove it so I can focus more on me and get it together, because I'm still vulnerable. I'm still vulnerable to it. So I know I'm still vulnerable. I can't play with half. I can't be half with it. I ain't got myself all the way together to be vulnerable, hanging around negative people, negative thinking, whatever's going on over there, and I'm trying to better myself.
yeah.
So I say, if I give myself all my attention to me, if I just give all the energy to me right now, focus on me right now, I could do it. So that's what I start doing.
That's right. That's good. That's good stuff right there, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff. You got a lot of stuff. I see a possible volunteer in the
I still
I
facilitate
see
it,
a
man.
facilitator in our program over
Yes, sir.
there, man. We gotta keep going.
Why not?
A possible. Listen, man. He said something else, y'all. That he said. Unless y'all want to move. But he said about negative and positive. And I asked my man. The person that knew. My mentor said, never be, remember I think he was talking about that, never be jealous of a person you should learn from. And I said, what? He said, you see somebody and they succeed at something, he said, never be jealous of them. You need to learn from them. So what I've learned from a positive and negative from my mentor was, I said, man, why I seem like every time I'm trying to do positive and I'm trying to mix it with a little negative, it's negative, it get me. And he used this analogy, same person that told me about the flames. He says, if you get on top of a stage and you have one person on the floor, and no matter how big the person is on the stage, if they both pulled on each other, see who will pull who to where they are the quickest. And what he was meaning is the person on the stage will get pulled down just because the person down has more gravity, leverage, everything. He says he can be twice as bigger than the person on the floor, but he will pull him down quicker than he can pull him up. And I said, man, that makes so much sense. I said, yeah, that do make, because I can physically see somebody up and somebody down. If I'm down, I'll put my feet on the wall to pull you. I can do all types of stuff to pull you down. And that's how I learned about the negative and positive. So he said the best thing to do is just stay away until you strengthen yourself up. And just stay away from them as much as possible.
Crabs in a pot.
So let's go to page 3.
Page 3 says, taking charge, regaining control of your life. If you feel you have control over your own life, you have gotten over the first hurdle to creating change in your circumstances. If you don't feel you have control over your life, it is important that you take back control. It is very difficult to feel well when you are not in charge of your own life. Answering the following, are we going to answer the questions?
We can run it on.
It says, answering the following questions and making the suggested list could help you figure out how to regain control of your life.
So we're just going to run through the questions down to each list. Do you feel you have control over your own life? You can read the next. We can go back.
Okay, and the next bullet says, or do you feel other people control your life and you can't do anything about the way your life is?
What controls your life? List things such as your children, your spouse, disability, lack of money, etc.
And the next one says, list things you could do to take back control over your life.
Nice. For instance, you could talk with your spouse, significant other about issues related to control.
Or perhaps the two of you could see a counselor together.
Ask your children to take care of some of their own needs and help out with yours.
And get a part or full-time job doing something you enjoy.
Or attend a class on money management. That's a good class that we need to teach about money management or opening a business, stuff like that. We're going to start teaching those.
Budgeting.
Budgeting. We're going to do videos like that too.
Or you could learn sign language. Now,
Nice. Or Spanish.
Or Spanish.
I want to learn Spanish.
So we got Karen here.
We got Karen.
She can teach us a few things.
Yeah. All right. List what you. Go ahead. That's you, Miss Karen.
List what you think is keeping you from doing the things you need to do to take back control over your life. For instance, you have lack of motivation, have low self-esteem, feel like it's too much trouble, feel scared, do not want to upset others, or want to avoid the anger of family members.
That's all good stuff that you can do to take back control over your life. Because when someone else is controlling you, it's like, man, it's one of the things that I really hated about prison, actually. Because I couldn't really do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. And that's why I really, one of the things, I'm like, man, I can't be going back and forth in there. It's a wrap, especially as I got older. But you got to take back control over your life. When people try to control your life and think, one of the things you never want to feel like, you don't have control over your life. When you have to, I use the term negotiating power. And what I mean about having negotiating power is you have built your own foundation. You now have your own stuff. You now have your own education. You now have your own business and things like that. You now can take control of your life, but now you have negotiating power. But when you don't have anything and you need to depend on everybody else, they basically have the power. Like, I can control you to a certain extent. But as you accumulate more, you know what I mean, of things in your life, you basically take back the control.
Yeah.
That's one of the main things. That's what it is. I look at it as when you say a person like basically trying to change and get everything right, when you see this way he gets regaining his control back, it's the lack of finance. It's the finance. So it's good that when you start teaching about managing money, business and stuff like that, because a person that's switching over, they used to having it like this. Now they got to switch over and take their time to get their job and all that, start managing money and all that. It's the finance. So they'll put up with a lot or go through a lot because their finance is not together. So once they finance together, then they feel as though they suddenly got more control. I know me personally, even though I'm in the right direction, but I feel way more strong and way more confident with me gaining real control of all of me once I get the job that I'm waiting for now.
Yeah, that's true.
I can spread and do what I really need to do for me.
Right. And
that's one of the powerful things. So I know that another brother going through the same, any brother that comes from the streets that's trying to switch over, I know that's going to be a main thing that's going to be hitting the finance. Like, damn, I'm going to make it work, man. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Yeah. It's always the finance. It's always the finance. So, and then a person doesn't even know money management because they don't teach you that in school. It's they give you academic education, but they're not teaching you money management. So you got to know money management. So when you do get the job and get the money, you got to manage it in the right direction.
That's right.
Yeah, that's funny because that ain't drug money I'm spending.
No. That's those bills. That's responsibility money there.
Yeah, it's different. You be like, I was talking to somebody and he was like, yo, we got to go spend it. I said, man, I use my money at Home Depot, man. I got a house now. I said, man, I don't he want to go do something. I said, nah, I got money management. I got purpose with my money now. I ain't got no drug money. Yeah. But that's good though.
Yeah, that's the difference from being dependent and independent. And so that's what we try to do here. That's what we do here at Capital Recovery, is to break down some of the barriers, like James was saying. You know, a lot of brothers are experiencing, different things when they're coming from the Department of Correction or being unemployed or being homeless, whatever factors that may interfere from them being independent. And so they are faced with a lot of issues.
And that's so true, because when you coming from, the great example he used, when you coming from always having all this money and you are committed to your change, and then you come on this side and you're like, yo man, I don't have it. But remember yesterday I was talking to the guy that came in, and I said, what's your biggest hurdle? What was his? Finance. He said, I got this part right here. He said, my biggest thing right now, man, is financing. And he said, I need help with bills. I need this. And I said, all right, take it easy. We're going to figure out what we can do. But he did say that his number one issue right now is finances. And that's going to be a lot of individuals coming from not just rehabilitation centers, but coming from prisons and coming from wherever. And they have committed to changing their lives. Yeah. They have committed. They have mentally made the commitment. I want to change. Yeah. But that financial hurdle will be something. And that's why I'm glad about Capital Recovery, that we have resources to help with electric and help with gas and help with things like that, that we have programs to help with these type of bills. And just to give those people some type of breathing room, you know what I mean? Like as much as we can, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And because it's realistic that people are going to have these hurdles to climb. And when you come in to try to change that lifestyle, you can't just act like that's not real. That's a real thing.
Yeah, that's for real. Yeah. But you was able to assist them with break down some of the barriers. Yeah,
I helped him with a couple things. Yeah, he had a couple issues that we had funding for, and we was able to connect him with that. And that's what we need to do right there.
Yeah.
So it says, list the benefits of taking back control over your life. For instance, you would feel better physically and emotionally, have less stress, have more time to do things you enjoy, have time to take good care of yourself, feel more fulfilled, improve the quality of your life.
That's all good benefits. These are the benefits of taking control of your life. You feel better physically and emotionally. You have less stress. Me and Craig was just talking about that in the office before we started this coffee and conversation. Is you can experience the peace. I said, yo, I got peace. Like I go through stuff and I struggle with stuff and I have thoughts about this. I said, but overall, I got peace, and it's nothing like having that peace, which takes away, the stress. But it takes time to get to that certain place, you know what I mean? But it is going to be a process.
Yeah, because I know that when I'm not used to peace, and when something does seem peaceful, I'm like, something's going on. This doesn't feel right.
Absolutely.
She's like, hold on, man. It's too quiet around here.
Something going on.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
And that's basically what we're talking about, and that's what we shared as recovery and wellness lifestyle.
Yeah.
And so we
taking charge and regaining your control of your life. Again, we are here at Capital Recovery Center. My name is Mike Williams. I'm one of the recovery coaches. If you wanna, we can make appointments only, and we're gonna reach out to everybody who has to come in and do appointments. But you wanna call us for any services that dealing with recovery or reentry or criminal lifestyle or all that stuff. We're just here to try to help you. Our number is 856-391-7449, and the 1-800 is 1-800-236-2448. Again, we have coffee and conversations. This meeting every Tuesday, 10 o'clock. Also, we have one Thursday at 1 p.m. If you have any questions that you want us to try to help you in any area, just contact us, give us a call. Tune into these lives that we be doing. We be doing this solely for the purpose of reaching out to other individuals.
And tomorrow we're going to have our ROW event, and that is our mobile vehicle, which stands for Recovery on Wheels. We're going to be in the Millville section, I believe, tomorrow at one of them places over there.
10.
From 10 to 2. through anybody. So we'll be, just look us up on our Cumberland County
Website.
Human Service website.
Facebook, Capital Recovery Center, or Recoveries on Wheels Facebook page.
Yeah, and there'll be some recovery coaches out there, and we're linking people up to not only to detox, but if those who need assistance with residential treatment,
Sober living houses,
sober living, IOP,
MAT funding, electric, gas. We look for different opportunities to help people within our community who are in need of some type of assistance, and we see who qualifies for those particular assistance. And that was creating change, taking actions, and taking charge, regaining control of your life. Next week, we're going to be talking about getting good health care and lifestyles. Getting good health care and lifestyles. If anybody else have anything they want to share before we get out of here. Everybody go?
I'm good, Mike.
All right, man. Today, man, we want to thank all the people who participated.
Yeah, thank you, James.
Yeah, really thank you for that. We
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it, man. We don't care if we got 100 people or one. We still have the same passion because it's not about a paycheck. I'm going to leave that alone. But anyway. I'm going to leave that alone. But anyway, man, we love y'all, man. Remember, Capital Recovery Center. We here at 72 North Pearl Street. We are here to help you, and our motto is, how can we help you with your recovery today? God bless y'all.
See ya.
All right,
Bye,
man.
James.
Okay, guys, see ya.
Did you say